I'm going to show you how to send 54,000 emails a month, and we're going to do it for half the price of anyone else using some of my contacts. So we're going to go over setting up the infrastructure, buying the lead list, and drafting the copy, a full campaign set up and ready to send. So how we actually set up this infrastructure, what we're going to be doing is buying 20 burner domains, which are just domains that are similar to our business domain, and then setting up 3 email accounts per burner domain, and then loading those onto Instantly to start the sending. So first thing we're going to do is go into Namecheap and actually buy these domains. Okay, so we're in the Namecheap dashboard, just make an account, and we're going to go to beast mode where you can buy a ton of accounts super easily and just filter through them. So at the top here, you just type your domain name. So do Hive Arts and then do Hive dash arts, and that honestly should be good. And down here, let's make sure to only get .com domains. It's gonna be better for deliverability. But you want just the cheap ones. And here you just go to prefix and suffix, and we're gonna add some of the things to go before and after the domain name. So I just like to keep it simple. I usually go with thehivearts.com and then do the dash, and then after I'll usually do team. You can do dash team. Then I'll just do growth, and then you can also do dash. Then I'll also just add let's do automations. And then if you see the 2 times the 2 times the 5, that should be 20 domains that we can get. Just generate these. And now we have all of the domains that we can get. So I'm just going to add every single one of these to cart. Now, just like that, we have 15 domains. I'm going to buy a couple more just to get that to 20. Okay, now we have all 20 domains in the cart. We're just going to buy these, and then we can send them to our email providers to start setting up the accounts. Just before you buy anything, to set up this whole infrastructure, I think it's a bit over $500. And then monthly after that, it's about $350 with the leads instantly, and then also keeping up with the email accounts. Okay, so now that we bought our domains, usually what people would tell you to do is go to Google Workspace, which is like $6-7. That's crazy expensive for email accounts. So what I do, and I know these people at Frostmailer, and their pricing is a lot cheaper, as you see. So we'd be buying 60 accounts, which is $250. But if you're setting up multiple client accounts, or you want to do mass outreach, it's even cheaper than that. So I would recommend just to get from Frostmailer. It's a lot cheaper, a lot easier. They also set up all your DNS records. So normally you'd have to set up your DKIM, your DMARC, or SPF to your domain, and then also do like IMAP enabling to actually load the accounts into Instantly. But they do that all for you, so it just saves you a lot of time, and it's like less than half the price. So that's, a super big time save that. There's no reason not to do it. All right, so after you sign up with Frostmailer, they put you into a Slack channel and they take you through the onboarding process. It's super simple. You just give them their domains and like your Instantly account and stuff, and they get that set up in about 2 days. So it's been 2 days now, and I have some pre-warm domains in here, but you can see all the domains that I bought. In total, I have 75 accounts. I think I bought like 50 more from Frostmailer. Now that the accounts are in the Instantly, I'll do a quick overview of the settings I use, I guess. It's pretty simple, and different people use different settings, but you have to enable warm-up. I do a limit of 30 emails per day. They have slow ramp now, which is a new feature. I haven't used it yet, but I've seen that it's recommended and that it should be good, so I would enable that. Inbox placement test, you leave it at 10. Add your custom tracking domain. And then for warm-up settings, honestly, I saw DJNJ go 30, and then he just did like a super high reply rate. I'm not 100%. My deliverability's been pretty good on a lot of things. I've done like 20 and like 60% reply rate. I think he did like 30 and like 95. So I definitely don't disable slow warm up. Just one increase per day, and yeah, keep simple settings. And then when you have your accounts in, you're also going to want to go up to the top corner and click test domain setup to make sure that all your DNS records are set up properly. So there we go. That means we're good, which is good on Frostmailer, guys, that they set it up. So thank you. I'm going to put all the links of the websites in the description. So Instantly, Namecheap, Frostmailer, and I guess like Paul and the Paul scraper that we're going to get into now. So next step I always go for is finding my lead list before I drop the copy, just so I can make sure that my copy is relevant to whoever I'm targeting. So we're just going to jump straight into Apollo, and then I'm going to show you how to find a really good lead list. Okay, now we're in Apollo, and you can just create a free plan. I haven't paid anything to Apollo. You can use all the search filters perfectly good, and then we're going to scrape the list after for a lot cheaper. So the first thing you want to do is just click verified under email status for any list you're building. And yeah, it's just going to make sure you're not sending to a bunch of bad people off the bat. So that's good for any list. And then after that, we're going to use ChatGPT for the rest of the fields. So I actually have a prompt. This is like one of my lead magnet docs. I post a lot of lead magnets on Twitter, so go follow Levi K. Welch at Twitter. And I do a lot of those like and retweet or like comment, and I just send a ton of value over there. But the prompt here is, and I'll put this in the comments, I guess. It's super simple. Just give me a list of 5 to 10 decision maker job titles with authority to buy, let's say lead gen, and then also give me 5 to 10 decision maker job titles that would not be handling lead gen. Okay, let's see how that does. Okay, so now it's giving me all these titles. I'm just going to say return me these fields in comma separated format. And now we can just copy and paste this right into Apollo. So under job titles, you go include, and you can just copy all of that, click enter, and it's going to separate those into different fields. You can't have quotation marks, I'm pretty sure. So, oh, yeah, you don't want to use quotation marks because that returns exact matches, and it's better if it says like CEO, it'll also get chief marketing officers and different things like that. And then for exclude, let's copy paste that as well. That's a good filter for the beginning of our list. So now we're only targeting decision makers with the authority to buy my lead gen service. You go back into the doc. It looks like I actually did this in reverse order, but it's fine. I normally use Claude. It wasn't letting me screen share, so I just use ChatGPT, but both should be like almost the same. So I paste that in here. And I got, okay, and this prompt I already set to comma separated format, so that's why I have to do that. And now on Apollo search to find, let's do digital marketing agencies. It's kind of broad, but it should do. So let's see what comes up with that. Now, say for the job titles, the ones to exclude doesn't really matter as much, but for the keywords, it matters a lot more. So I would also go in manually and add some more, as I'll show you in a second. We go into here, and yeah, so for industry and keywords, I don't really use industry. Keywords are more accurate, I would say. If we include this list of keywords, and then also do the exclude right here, you'll see that narrows it down a lot. And a lot of the time for services, I take away things like school, course, education, because like you'll get keywords if you're trying to go for say like massage therapist, then you'll get people teaching massage therapy, which is not your ICP. So let's see how many people that took away. But yeah, now we remove like 50, almost 50,000 people just by taking away the educational roles. So you might want to, what I do, because lead lists are honestly so important, it's worth it to just scroll down first 10, 20, 50, just click on their websites, look and make sure that they are ICP. And if not, then go into the keywords and look at what's not relevant, add that to the excluded keywords. So the excluded keyword is really what's targeting your list and making it relevant. And yeah, it's just taking all those flop emails that are not going to reply, and then the good ones that are here are going to be the good ones that reply. Now I'm going in a bit of a weird order, but here I don't need to use ChatGPT. So company, you don't really need that for a search. Location, almost always just US, Canada. I mean UK as well and stuff like that. But when you're making a list, you want to make sure it's all in one. I wouldn't say time zone because US has a couple different time zones, but you don't want to have like a big difference in time because then when you send to the US people, the UK people are going to be like, it's going to be nighttime, and your reply rate's actually going to be horrible, and it's also bad for deliverability. So don't do that. Just, you can see United States, and then employee count. I mean, you should know this. Just look at what works. Let's do 11, 10 to 100. And then maybe you also want to target smaller agencies. So then here, now we have a list of 22.8 thousand people that are digital marketing agencies in the US, decision makers from 1 to 100 employee size. And the thing is, so I'm going to get into this in a bit, but when we export the list, if you want them to do the verification for you, you have to do at least 10,000 leads. But what you can do, and this is super easy, is you can just make like a massive employee count range, so like 100 or like 1 to like 250, and then just throw the CSV file into ChatGPT after you get it back and just say split this into two lists, the 1 to 50 and the 51 to 250. Because of course, your offer or whatever, yeah, whatever you say to like 10 employee companies can be a lot different to whatever you say to like a 200 employee company. So now I'm going to show you how to scrape this list for so much cheaper than Apollo charges. It's crazy like how high their prices are. I call this the MUN method on my Twitter. Got like a couple hundred comments, people asking for that. So what we do is that you just copy the URL, and then we go into a website called findylead. So I'm going to go right into there. So here we're in findylead.com, and you can just click on Apollo Leads. I guess I'll link this in the comments. It might not be a hyperlink because I'm not sure how legal or ethical whatever this is. You're not going to get taken down or whatever. Like, a lot of people are doing this, but yeah, I don't want this website to get taken down. So you're going to want to get the Apollo Leads with Million Verifier. You can see it's like $20 more, but you need to make sure that your lead lists are verified. Like, they have to be. So if you already have a verification tool and credits, then you can get this. The only annoying part about this is that the minimum is 10K, whereas for here you can get as low as 1K. But yeah, so how you get it is just so Apollo Leads Million Verifier, paste in your URL from Apollo, and file name, email, and go through the process. It's amazing to get it to you in about like a day or two, and then super express delivery. I've never used that, but I assume that it would work. I don't know. So that's how I get my lead list, and then we're going to go into Google Docs and see how I draft my copy. Here, so now I'm in my Google Docs. I always draft my copy in Google Docs first. So let's just write a new sequence called sequence C, because I already have A and B up there. And this is just how I format. Go email 1C and then do the subject line. So an easy subject line. I guess I'll just give you a template here. Template email you can use. So it'll be like question first name. By the way, I'm just writing this right now. So question first name, that's always going to work. And then I use Spintax. So if you don't know what Spintax is, it picks a random word between the ones that you type. So almost every campaign I start with just hey, hi, hello, first name, or hi, hello, first name. And then I guess a one-liner. One-liners are usually good to test. So a really good script that's been working for me is just you build interest. So you say something like not sure if, don't know if. I'll do not sure if you're the right person to talk to, but so that builds crazy interest right there. Like, even if they don't care about your thing and they they don't care about it, if someone like hits you with it, I guess it's called like an open loop. I saw a YouTube video on this a little bit ago where you're building like an open loop. I think it was Jordan Platter, and he's talking about how you build an open loop where you're starting like a conversation, or you're starting like the bit of interest where you say, I'm not sure if you're the right person to talk to about this, but, and then you would close the loop by saying, but this thing. So you want to keep them on the open loop until you pitch, I guess, your offer. So the offer is, but I can get company name, well, company name. Now, make sure, okay, so when you use a variable like company name or title or city, go into your lead list and make sure that your variables are actually good, because a lot of the times you'll see, like, say, Dallas, Texas, SDO LLC Incorporated, and it's all capitalized and super clearly a variable. So you can actually really listen to ChatGPT and tell it to like filter that with just some simple prompting. I have a custom GPT that I made to clean lead lists. So I guess, I might put that in the description as well. It's going to be a big description, but it's going to be a long description. But yeah, I'll probably even make like a separate video on that as well. It's super valuable. So just go check that out and use a clean company name, title, job, and whatever. And then it just makes that look a lot more personalized. And it's free, super easy. So go do that. Now, back to the script. Not sure if you're the right person to talk to. I guess that shouldn't be capital. Not sure if you're the right person to talk to, but I can get company name, X results in, and then if you have a deal, that would be good. So like, and it's free. That would be ideal. It's probably not free. So you could say on a pay per lead, pay per booked call basis. And or whatever your offer is, right? I can get you 10, 20 calls a month on a pay per booked call basis. This is pretty much I guess, I'll show you what I used. I said, yeah, if I could get company name, clients. Oh yeah, no, this is actually a typo, and I still got, I think I closed call from this. So yeah, just take away this. If I could get company name, clients on a result basis, would you be open to chat? Yeah, pretty similar to what I'm telling you guys to do now. And then you do your account signature, which is a variable in instantly that whenever you saw the email account settings, you just put your account signature there. And then I love the PS line, and just put your deal. You put like a deal, or you put a case study in there. And yeah, so one-liners are amazing to test. Do something like this. I'll give you another super quick example. Let's just do hey, first name, and then put the things on that. Then you can just do, you'll draft up a personal first line. You can use some prompting with this. ChatGPT usually doesn't do the best. Try to put some variables in there. So like, hey, saw your, one of the best agencies in the city, saw your job title of company name, saw you're doing great things with company name, such as, and then put them there. And then after that, you literally just do offer. I can book you 20 calls a month with an AI cold outbound system. Would that be worth a chat? Account sig, whatever, and then PS line, which is just we got other agency, and then if you can name them, that's best, because it makes the case study look more real. I think we got other agency, 26 calls last month using this system, or whatever deal you're running, it works too. So that's pretty much the script I would do. It's a different one. Like, you can copy this depending on how many views the videos get. You can almost copy this word for word. This video gets quite a few views, being like a couple thousand, then, or even like a few thousand or more. Then you might not want to copy it word for word, because a lot of people are going to use it. But do something like this, and I actually ran a campaign for 2 days with digital marketing agency leads with a script that's pretty much like this. So I'm going to open the instantly and going to show you exactly the result I got. And exactly where I got the stuff from. It was slightly different than this. I did like an old lead list and stuff, but you would get better results if you did the Apollo scripting method that I did and used a better script. So here in the instantly before, I mentioned that I bought some pre-warm domains, and that's just because I wanted to get some results right away so I could show you guys. And if we go to the campaigns, the one I ran, it actually like ripped. So 1.4% reply rate is not crazy high. I mean, I said like I threw an old lead list in of just like old SO leads that I got from the instantly lead finder, but they're way more expensive, and it's like all right quality. They're not the best, but still I got like pretty much a 1%, slightly under 1% positive reply rate, which is amazing. Because a lot of the time, if you have like 13 replies, you might only get 1 or 2 positive replies. But you can see on these scripts, like this one script, it got 1% reply rate, but every single one was positive. And then the other one, 2% and half were positive. So those are amazing metrics. Don't be fooled by like the 2 to 5, 6% reply rates. Like I have other campaigns that have gotten like 12% reply rates just from like the follow-ups, but it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's like 2 conversions on 900 emails sent is amazing. It's amazing. Like I booked in a quarter of these calls, and that's through warm calling the interested leads. Then both those calls went great. So looking at the sequences, I said, hey, first name, if I could hand company name clients on a results basis, would you be open to chat, account signature? So this one got 2% reply rate, I think, and then half of them were positive. And then the other one, which was like talking about that Jordan Plattner open loop thing, where I said, not sure if company name has to deal with this as well, but, and when I say as well, it builds a bit of like a connection. I don't know, like, I don't know, weird way, but like if you say as well, it's like you're relating to them. So, but I can't stand inconsistent lead flow. This year it's been my incentive to crack that egg. Here's what I found. So this is another part of that open loop thing I was saying, where if you say, here's what I found, like it's been my incentive to crack this. It's like, oh, I put all this work into this, and I'm just showing you all the work I've done, all the results I've gotten. This is it. And I do like like a staying analogy or whatever, which is crack that egg. Crack the egg, which I guess to me, I just think it sounds more personal. Like if you're sending a business email, usually someone wouldn't say an analogy like that. Then I just go straight into my pitch. I can book you 10 to 20 sales calls a month using an AI cold outreach system that is built to target high intent leads in your niche. Let me know if we should collaborate. So I'm not even asking for a book call. I'm saying collaborate, because the way I'm putting this, I'm saying like as well as if we're in the same like industry niche or whatever. And then I'm pretty much outreaching them. Like I would almost like say this as a friend, where it's like, yo, I've been looking at this and I've been doing this research. Here's what I found. I could actually help you out with this. We should work together and collaborate. And then I do my amazing, beautiful pitch, which is you only pay per booked call, first power on us. So if this sounds good to you, you can hit me up and we can set this up as well. So let me know on that. You can send me a DM on Twitter, comment on the video. I'll have my Calendly link in my profile as well, and I'll have it in the description too. So you have no excuse. Hit me up. Then for the follow-ups, I just do a bump and then a similar script. You can pause the video to read these, but I'm not going to make this video 100 minutes long. And then, yeah, back to the analytics. Like I send 50,000 emails a month, and that is because this tracks leads, not emails sent, which is good to know. I send to about like 18,000 people a month on average when I set up a campaign. So this is 1/20th of that, which would mean this campaign's on track to book 40 calls this month, which is pretty great. I say I can book you 10 to 20 calls a month because I mean this has been a solid campaign for me, and I like to like underestimate it. And options, I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but send all emails as no HTML, text only. This stuff is pretty simple. You can copy that. And then all these things, no unsubscribe links, no open links, no tracking links, no links at all. Schedule for sending. I haven't started not sending on the weekends, not 100% on what's best. And then I do ESC time because these are US leads. And that's it, honestly. Like we just went over the full process of setting up like a full campaign, getting the lead list, drafting the copy. And now you'll be getting positive replies coming into the inbox. You can manually reply to them. You can automate them with subsequences. I can go deeper into that. That's a whole other thing. You should warm call them if you can find their number, if it's in their signature or whatever. And yeah, there's a ton of resources in the description. So just go there as you go along the video. You're probably gonna have to rewatch this. So save it, pause it, rewind it, 2x it, everything, and subscribe.